In the past, elderly people have suffered from a negative image on Australian television. In 1999, the International Year of Older Persons, Network 10 is proud to present a new program that will change the way television portrays the elderly.
And especially for wonderful trees like this little lawn.
Bud Tingwell is codger. By day, he cleans up the garden. But by late afternoon, he cleans up the streets. Using skills honed from years on the street.
Now, codger, as soon as they come out, we get on their tail and stick there. Then they'll take us to their safe house in no time.
Anzac Bicky?
Oh no, codger, it's going down! Hit it! Ow!
Risking it all to keep his neighbourhood clean.
Oh, codger, he's gone into the tool shed.
No, not the tool shed. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, codger, did you booby trap your shed?
No, I bloody didn't. That's a summer's worth of my best home brew up in smoke.
And dispensing justice as only he can.
So help me, Sonny, if I catch you in these parts again, I'll give you a paddy whack with the drumstick. Now, Nicky Whoop.
Codger, the new face of law enforcement, is all wrinkly.
No, I ain't Ray Charles. No, I ain't Ray Charles.
What sort of person drives a Saab?
No.
A rich person. That's who drives a Saab.
Good evening, I'm Liz Hayes, not Ellen. Ooh, look at me, I've been on the panel fanning. Well, panel girl, let me say you made a real dick of yourself. 1 minute an Ellen Fanning, the next a complete dick. Well, with state elections looming in both New South Wales and Victoria, it seems an appropriate time to look at election promises. Just how meaningful are they? Joining me tonight is New South Wales Labor Premier, Mr Bob Carr, and Victorian Liberal Premier, Mr Jeff Kennett. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on the program.
A pleasure, Liz.
And that's a promise.
Gentlemen, has either of you ever broken a promise before?
Never.
Never, never, ever, 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 ever.
You seem very confident about that, Mr Kennett.
Well, Liz, before I went into politics, I worked in the most honest profession there is.
Which was?
Advertising.
But surely advertising executives are among the lowest, filthiest, scum-sucking creatures ever to emerge from the primordial slime.
Liz, I can lay my hand on my heart and say that I have never lied.
That's the wrong side, your heart's on the left.
Listen, Chuckles, in my party, nothing's on the left.
Mr Kennett, when you were re-elected...
Could you just repeat that, Liz?
When you were re-elected...
It's got a lovely ring about it, doesn't it?
You promised to deliver 1,000 extra police into the force.
Yes.
Well, recently the Victorian Police Association said continued police cuts have actually aided and abetted crime.
Can we go back to that bit about me being re-elected again?
Oh, you've got him on the ropes, Liz.
I'm warning you, Mardi Gras boy.
So, did you break a promise?
I bent it.
You bent it.
Yes, like this.
Hang on, I think I've got the idea. If something's bent...
That means it's from Sydney.
If it's broke...
That means it's from Melbourne.
I like to have really clean, shiny hair, but I don't want to have to spend a fortune on my shampoo. That's why I love Pears. I've been using it forever. Yes, I know. Well, the name. I think I look a little bit like her, like Gwyneth. People are always joking, saying, you know, how's Brad? And say hello to Brad for us. It's funny. Well, it's funny for them, but they don't know how it feels. He won't return my calls. I call him maybe 10, 15, 20 times a day, and nothing. Oh, except the police have taken out a restraining order on me. I mean, how can he not love me? How? How can he not love this, everything that I am? Gwyneth! I hate you, Brad! You will pay! You fool! You stick Jennifer Aniston up your ass!
We might move on to you now, Mr. Carr.
Give him buggery, Liz.
You were elected on a promise of improved health care.
Yes.
And yet just a few weeks ago, according to nursing staff at Sydney's Royal North Shore Hospital, conditions there are appalling. Doesn't that mean you've broken a promise?
Depends on what you mean by the word appalling.
The whole place is crawling with cockroaches.
Well, based on that definition, the whole of Sydney's appalling.
But our petrol head, Liz, the healthcare system in New South Wales has improved under my leadership.
Has it?
Well, it has for the cockroaches.
We have a state health system which is the envy of other countries.
Oh, yes, countries like Uganda, Madagascar, Rwanda.
I'd sue you if you weren't so bloody poor. I've got no money.
I'd like to finish with you, Jeff.
Now, where have I heard those words before? That's right, Felicity.
You promised the people of Victoria that the Grand Prix would be a big money spinner for Victoria.
Sucked in.
And yet protest groups claim the Grand Prix has added a further $100 million to state debt.
Bit of a bummer.
So you broke your promise?
No, that one didn't count.
Why not?
I had my fingers crossed.
Me too. I've got an election on Saturday.
Men have known their secret charms for decades. Urinal cakes. Their exotic, forbidden fragrance. Urinal cakes. Their soft yellow hue. Urinal cakes. And the way they foam. Urinal cakes. They speak of pleasure, of wild abandon, of toilets. Urinal cakes. They are urinal cakes, new from Calvin Klein. Calvin Klein urinal cakes. For you, for me, for we.
Here we are, the Channel 10 studios in Melbourne, where I'm about to surprise one of the biggest names in Aussie showbiz, a true legend. Let's go surprise him.
Where is it? Don't worry, I'm going to give you a hand with this. I'm having a bit of...
Bert Newton, this is your life.
Oh my goodness, I didn't expect it. Oh, my mascara's running. Thanks, Mike.
Albert Watson Newton. You are born in 1938, the son of proud parents Joseph and Gladys. An exuberant child with an enormous head, you are a born performer, as this childhood home movie footage shows. And we'll be back with more of Bert's story after this. And welcome back to This Is Your Life with our very special guest, Bert Newton.
And may I just say, Mike, you know, what a wonderful life it truly has been.
Yep, whatever, Bert.
I mean, what a joy it's been working with such luminaries as Corky, Tommy Hanlon Jr., Joffa Boy, and who could forget? Spanky the Incontinent Wonder Donkey.
Thanks a lot, Bert. Now, in 1959, we see the beginning of a wonderful partnership with Graham Kennedy.
Oh, it's Gra here. I mean, Gray.
No, he's not. He couldn't be buggered. But we do have this classic bit of footage of the two of you from IMT in 1963.
So listen, Herbie, The best thing to go with a 4 and 20 pie is a big dollop of Rosella sauce. There's nothing better.
That's certainly true, Graham. It really is a marvellous product. And, you know, I know where I'm grooving with my chums. I like nothing better than a lovely 4 and 20 pie with some Rosella sauce there. It truly is the beautiful midday comestible. Oh, Graham. Oh, I hope you're going to clean that up.
Well, isn't he a saucy fella?
Oh, Graham, that's just... Oh, what have you done there?
I've appeared to have upset Albert. What do we say, everybody, when we've upset little Albert?
Don't say it, Graham. Don't say it, whatever you do. No, Graham, no. No, don't say it.
Bert, you must have fond memories of those years.
Yes, I certainly do, Mike, you know, because everything was live, you know, and I remember the time I did a duet with Harold Holt, and then, of course, later on that day, he drowned.
No, I ain't Ray Charles. You know I ain't
What kind of person drives a Saab?
Charles. I said no, no indeed.
Saab, for someone who recognises an opportunity when they see one.
Let's drink to the Korean War, Copper, my friend. Yep. It finished 45 years ago, but these reruns just keep dragging on. You know, I went out with a drag queen once. She certainly was no queen, but she certainly was a drag. Speak of the devil.
Hawkeye, where's Frank?
Is that a frankenfurter in my pocket, or am I just very pleased to see you?
Cut the crap, both of you! If I hear any more out of you, I'm gonna cut off your balls!
Hey, if anybody's removing anyone's balls, it ought to be us. We're the surgeons.
Oh, Margaret.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, Margaret.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, Margaret.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, Margaret.
Oh, Frank.
I've been looking for you.
You have, Frank.
Yeah, I got a splinter.
Oh, Frankie Winky got a splinty winty and he's healthy wealthy. Well, I don't care. You're supposed to be my tenant 1,600 hours for drill practice.
He can do all the drilling he's like, but I don't think Frank will find any gold in there.
We at Ozbank know it's difficult to choose an account that best suits your individual financial needs. That's why we give you 3 simple account choices. Option 1, the runaround account, specially tailored for school children, the elderly, and anyone else who's easily confused. Features include mountains of paperwork, bizarre opening hours, and not one but 2 24-hour telephone helplines that are always engaged. In short, we give you the runaround. Option 2, the suspicious fees account. This account pays no interest, but is subject to unreasonably high charges. Basically, Ozbank can make random withdrawals at will in the form of extra fees. We charge fees for deposits, withdrawals, losing your card, finding your card, owning a card, not washing your hands after you go to the toilets, just about anything at all, really. Then there's option 3, the screw you account. We take your money and invest it in a shonky insurance scam run by my brother-in-law. Then we skip the country, and the next time you see us, we'll be on a current affair. Ozbank, tailoring banking to our needs.
Hey, Ian. Got a little surprise for you today, mate.
Peter, just give me the form. I'm not in the mood for jokes.
Ooh, get out of the wrong side of the bed, did we, mate?
No, I didn't. I've just got a lot of pressure on me at the moment.
Pressure? Tell me about it. Today, I've got to go to the bank, then I've got to go to the milk bar, then I've got to go to the pub. Those beers ain't going to drink themselves, Ian.
Well, I might be joining you pretty soon.
Yeah? You're knocking off early. Come down to the pub, mate. We've got Melrose on the big screen. We can turn down the volume, do the voices ourselves. Oh, Amanda, go to the Pash with Billy, man.
No, Centrelink's downsizing. They've offered me a package. I might be joining you on that side of the counter pretty soon.
Congratulations, brother.
No, but you don't understand. I like to work.
Oh, I used to like to work once upon a time, but you've got to learn to let go. It could be a beautiful thing.
What would I do, mate? You know, I don't know if I could cut it out there.
I am shocked, Ian. Do you think I'd let you down when there's room on me horse for 2? Mate, there's a whole nother world out there, you know what I mean? And for guys like me, it starts at lunchtime. Could be Ricky, Oprah, Carrie Ann, you and me.
Now, I don't know if daytime television's enough inducement for me to give up my job, mate.
I understand, but what about late night TV, mate? After midnight, the cat comes in, the bazoombas come out.
Bazoombas?
Yeah, there's a woman in Brazil talks to you for $4 a minute.
Now, if I was unemployed, I don't know if I'd have $4 a minute.
No, you don't use your own phone. I usually use the phone here. We could be a great team, mate. You could make up the jobs, I can write them down.
You do that for me?
Yeah, mate, well, you've always been here for me and I will always be here for you.
You know, I'm not completely sure if I'm really going to take the package.
Don't think like that. Come over to our side, we'll look after you. Look, I've got to get going, but if you need any advice, give me a call.
Peter, just one thing before you go. You said that you used to have a job and then you lost it. What did you used to do?
Well, Anne, believe it or not, I used to stand right where you are now, behind counter 3. Just joking, mate. Nearly got you, didn't I? I've never had a job.
From Warner Brothers Pictures comes Mel Gibson doing what Mel Gibson does best. There's Mel firing guns at people.
Come back here and face me, you mother!
There's Mel beating up bad guys. There's Mel going a little bit crazy.
Goddamn cushions!
And there's Mel making smart-ass wisecracks.
Ah, come on, man, give me a break!
Sure thing, pal.
Mel Gibson is back, doing what he does best, because for Mel Gibson, this film is just another paycheck. Can you read my palm?
Of course. I can't read that.
Why not?
That's a rhododendron.
You're good.
I'm the best.
Bert, your time at IMT is considered by many a golden period of Australian television. But in 1979, you meet a man who eventually will take the IMT gold crown and turn it into copper. Do you recognise this voice?
Yeah, the first time I met him, I thought he was a bit of a puff, you know. But in the industry, you've got to look up to him.
Well, Bert, do you recognise that voice?
No.
Of course you don't. It's Frankie J. Holden.
Who?
Fond memories, Frankie?
Yeah, and remember when I was down the back of the Plaza Theatre with Ding Dong and we were in the back row and a bit of How's Your Father? Gave the ferret a run. Next thing you know, banana on the moon.
And where was Bert?
Well, you'd have to ask him that.
Bert, you must have fond memories of Frankie.
You know, I did watch IMT once, but I just had to change channels.
And we'll be back with more of Bert's story straight after this.
Aeroplane disasters, mudslides, floods, tornadoes, and 5-car pile-ups. The truth is, we've got a shitload of disaster footage clogging up our storage room out the back. So welcome then to the first part of my new 37-part series, When Things Bugger Up Big Time. April 1984, and just 20 minutes after United Airlines Flight 376 took off from Miami, it crashed, killing passengers and their baggage. Perhaps Flight 376's black box flight recorder could tell us something. Yeah. Dirty. No, it couldn't. Luckily, however, we were able to buy this video footage from an amateur cameraman. As you can see, the resulting plane crash caused an huge forest fire, which destroyed over 75 million twigs. Note the quality of this video footage, and it didn't cost us a cent. But the footage doesn't stop there. By the time the firefighters had quelled the inferno, the water from their fire hoses had caused this. Well, clearly, the firefighters had buggered up big time. But there was even more disaster footage to come.
Huh? What? Shampoo? Oh, yeah. Oh.
It was on this highway here that the local townsfolk, in their gutless rush to escape the encroaching floodwaters, crashed into each other like they were driving cars. Dodge 'em cars. Well, foolishly, idiotically, the stupid local townspeople also buggered up badly. The sounds of their stupid blaring horns had triggered an avalanche at a nearby mountainside, thus giving us even more exciting video footage. Which brings us back then to the crash of Flight 376. Was it an act of God? Well, perhaps it was, if God was flying the plane that day and didn't know how to work the controls. Join me again next week. Or is it? Well, that's quite nice, Gerald, isn't it?
How can you say that, Cheryl? You know I love you and that. I gave up the grog for you, Cheryl. Doesn't that mean nothing? What do you mean you've got another man? I've always been here for you. So he can touch type. Big deal. Is he black with long flowing hair like me? Is he stinking rich as I am? And living in a mansion too? What do you mean his vocabulary's bigger than mine? You used to tell me you liked the size of my vocabulary. I can't take this, Cheryl! Oh my God! What have I done? I didn't mean to kill you.
Have you suffered a recent bereavement? Got some bloke who's carked it on you? Well, get him down to the guys at Half-Assed Funerals and we'll bung him in the ground somewhere for you. Because you don't want him hanging around the house. Geez, he'd just stink the joint up. Dumping him in the scrub's probably the best thing all round. Half-Assed Funerals. We didn't know who the guy was. Why should we care?
In the house? Up your ass? Yeah, up your ass. Ah, shut up, you idiot. Oh, what are you doing? Nothing. Yeah, you are. You're playing with something in your pants. Oh, yeah, sometimes I think of stuff and my pants change shape. Do your pants ever change shape? Yeah? Yeah, because it happens to me all the time. Like, last night I was watching Baywatch and Pamela Anderson was walking along, nothing much was happening. And then she started running. Yeah. And then she started jumping. Yeah. And then she jumped in the water and got wet. And then the news came on with John Howard and it went away. And then McPherson ad came on and came back bigger than ever. Really scared Fluffy the cat because she was sitting on my lap.
So, who else makes your pants change shape?
Nicola Charles.
Oh, Brooke Satchwell.
Madge from Neighbours.
What about Donegal Bay?
Oh yeah, Angela Bishop.
Oh, Kim Kilby.
Two fat ladies.
Oh, Lavinia Nixon.
Black a duck.
Melissa George.
Nick Testoni.
God, everything makes your pants change shape.
Yeah, I know. My dad took me aside and had to talk to me about it. He says it's because I'm going through publicity.
What's publicity?
Well, that's where you get public hair. And pretty soon my voice is going to change and it's going to sound really stupid.
Hey, Weevil, do you ever have those dreams?
What dreams?
You know, those dreams where you're on a desert island with the Spice Girls all alone and they're not wearing any clothes.
Oh, yeah, I have that dream all the time.
What happens when you wake up?
The teacher drags me out in front of the class and then tells me to go to sick bay.
What's going on?
Well, the lady collapsed and this bloke's giving her CPR.
Excuse me, I think you're going too fast. What? I think you're going too fast. I think you should do it more rhythmically. You know, 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. Sing it to yourself.
Okay. 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. No, it's not working. That's not right.
No, you're right. I think it should be a little bit faster. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. No, that's not working either. I left my heart to the sappers rampaging, and I sold my soul and my cigarette to the black market man. It's not working!
You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise, but make it clear. Whoa, whoa.
We will rock you.
Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want.
The choppers are here.
We know. Scalpel?
Why do I need a scalpel? I've already got 2 tickets to the game.
I need 20 cc's of morphine.
For the patient?
No, for me. Forceps?
I'll seize forceps and raise him 5 steps.
Well, you 2 idiots have been joking around. Your patient has died.
Well, get us another one.
Klinger. A man dressed as a woman. Now that's got to be funny.
Now, Klinger, refresh my memory. You dressed up like a woman so you can get sent home?
I'm dressed like a woman because I am a woman. Remember that special nip and tuck you gave me?
Close, but no cigar.
Pretty small cigar, too.
This man is dying.
If somebody mentioned death, that's my line of work.
Father, why do so many people have to die?
And why is there so much suffering?
And why does Frank have so much trouble getting erections?
Margaret, you said you wouldn't tell anyone.
For God's sake, this man is dying here.
No, he's not.
No, he's perfectly okay.
And why is his chest all opened up?
I don't know, but look at his name.
Christopher Skase.
No, I ain't Ray Charles. No, I ain't Ray Charles.
What sort of person drives a Saab?
No.
Did you say Saab?
No.
I thought you said slab.
Bert, through good times and bad, one person has always stuck by him.
Happy Hammond.
No, Bert, the one person who always gives and never asks anything in return.
Oh, my God, Big Kev.
No, Bert. Do you recognise this voice?
When I first met Bert, he was a slip of a fellow with a gigantic head. But in time, the rest of him caught up with that head.
It's John Foreman.
No, Bert, it's your wife, Patty.
Isn't she fabulous? You really are gorgeous, darling. Lovely to see you. Give us a kiss.
Oh. And what a wonderful life you two have had together.
Oh, yes, it has been wonderful, and we've been blessed with 2 gorgeous children.
Yes, of course, Lauren, who's quite the beautiful model, and Matthew, who's quite the beautiful dancer.
And we'll be back with more of Bert straight after this.
Quite the beautiful
Gaston? Yeah, no time for bonjours, mate. We need to unload those Danish kroner now and get into South African rand pronto. We are getting into deep caca.
Can't make it any simpler, Hank. Roll the consolidated 30-day options over into a Taiwanese hedge fund. Sit tight. Gotta go.
Yeah, got it, Karl Heinz. Yep, amalgamated sheet price, 39.763 and steady. I owe you one, Fritz.
Steve, you got a minute, mate?
Yeah, I can steal a couple. What's up?
Well, sitting on a parcel of biotech Swiss options. Owner wants a quick result. Not sure which way to go.
Piss easy, mate. Just wait a second. Yep. No. Same as before. Just sell the Turkish options and switch to Cayman Island bonds. Yep, all 11 mil. Bye. Yes, like I was saying, Neil, shift via Chicago, dump them in Budapest, use their base variable rate, pick up a healthy margin.
Reckon they'll fly?
Don't see why not.
What is the Budapest base variable rate?
What? Mate, can I level with you?
Yeah, shoot.
Wouldn't have a clue. You mean... Yeah, made the whole thing up.
Oh, Steve, you sly bastard. I thought you knew what you were doing.
100% pure bullshit, no?
I thought I was the only one faking it. I've been talking shit for the last 2 years.
So, why, mate? It's all a bunch of words to me. Do you remember the Tolliver debentures float?
Oh, God, do I? That was bigger than Ben-Hur.
I wouldn't know a debenture if it jumped up and bit me on the arse.
Hell, Sanjay, refloat them on the 90-day futures market in London.
Was that Sanjay in New York?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you just told him, but the Dow Jones is dropping like a rock.
Is that bad?
Buggered if I know.
It's a great shampoo. It's cheap, perfect for the whole family. We've always used it. How do I cope being called Darren Hinch? Why? It's just an average sort of name, Darren Hinch. What? Really? Wow, there's another one. Never heard of it.
Time for the weather now, and back after a short holiday and really looking much happier, here's Verta Young.
Well, happy days are here again, the sky is full of blue again, and everything's happy, happy, happy. Rain, rain, go away, and come again another day to most of the east coast of Australia, with the heavier showers now in the west. Go west, life is peaceful, go west, where the low pressure system crossing the bight will ensure raindrops keep falling on the next couple of days. Temperatures around the country today, Adelaide a pleasant 17. I learned the truth at 17. Melbourne a very chilly 10. Turn me on 10. And Sydney was only 19. Turning to the 7-day forecast, day by day, ooh, day by day. The weather will be warming up with Saturday night. Fine Sunday, low in the 20s, and Monday feeling hot, hot, hot. So, if you're old, stay indoors. I am the fire starter! Except on Tuesdays when there'll be a total fire ban. The answer, my friend, is a blowing in the wind for most of Wednesday, while dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun da da dun da da da. Thursday. Just before I go on a more personal note, thank you all for the letters I've received asking after the state of my mental health. As you can see, I'm much better now. Yodelay, 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 hoo, yodelay, hoo, yodelay, yodelay, hoo.
When I first started out in the film industry, we didn't have the big budgets they have today. We didn't have the exotic locations, the incredible special effects. We didn't even have a camera or film. Well, I tell you, it wasn't easy, but we made do. Did that make any sense? I've got to stop drinking while I'm on medication.
We know!
My God, Hawkeye, what happened to this poor soul?
He got into a fight in the recreation tent. Someone spilt the meat tray on him.
You mean?
Yep, there's no raffle tonight.
Oh my God, we're losing the patient! Oh my God, we're losing him again!
For God's sake, what's wrong with the poor soul?
Bert, after many successful years with Graham Kennedy, you find a new partner. Many know him as Don, but to you, he is simply mate.
Oh, Don Lade is here? Is he the lanky yank, Morton Isaacson? Come on out.
I'm sorry, Bert, he's not here. Unfortunately, Don had an appointment with his case manager tonight, but what we do have is this marvellous clip from 1976.
Where's Moonface? Where's my little Aussie mate? Oh, he cracks me up.
Suffering from hair loss? The bad news is there's no cure for male pattern hair loss.
What's the good news?
The good news is there's one hair replacement program that really works. Without expensive consultations, messy treatments, or painful surgery. Imagine if you had all the hair you've lost back. Well, now you can. Genuine Hair Replacement's highly trained staff will track down an astonishing 97% of your missing hair and return it to you all for one very reasonable price. That's right, your own hair tracked down and returned to you. Only one company can offer service like Genuine Hair Replacement. And remember, you might be as bald as a chimp's ass, but you've still got your own hair.
Trapper! Could you ever love a woman who used to be a man from Toledo but is now a woman pretending to be a man who thinks he's a woman?
Hey, Klinger, just tell me, how much did we chop off?
That was no chop, it was a sausage.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Colonel, sir!
Up, down, I feel like I'm in Frank's bunk.
Well, if you're in Frank's bunk, it'd be down, 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 down.
Margaret, man.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, Margaret, man, transvestite. I just want to say how proud I am at how you acquitted yourselves today.
You mean the way we patched up all those dead bodies?
No, I mean the way you got all those laughs. I know how difficult it is to make war funny, but this is the best effort since Hogan's Heroes.
I know nothing!
Keep up the good work, men. And remember...
Incoming wounded!
Stay tuned for great viewing tonight on Channel 9. At 6:30, it's the return of Our House, followed at 7:30 by Our Century, while at 8:30, don't miss Our Country. It might be your ABC, but it's our Channel 9, so like it or lump it. Capiche?
Thanks.
$1, thanks.
$1? Oh, I've only got 100.
Check 100, thanks. Okay, that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, and 100.
Now it's time once again for Millennium Watch, a light-hearted look back at the last few thousand years, presented by God.
G'day. Well, here we are in 1999, at the dawn of a new age. And haven't the past few millennia just flown by? Time flies when you're the all-knowing, all-powerful creator of the universe. Of course, things have changed since the good old days when I could let off steam by blighting the land with plagues of locusts. I guess you have to move with the times. Now, looking ahead to the next millennium, when, according to the book of Revelations, the sea will turn to blood, which will pave the way for the resurrection of the dead. After that, you can expect the angel of death, so be prepared for some fairly heavy smiting. By that time, there'll be a pretty good chance of eternal damnation in the fires of hell. So don't forget to slip, slop, slap. Good night.
Well, I like to have really clean, shiny hair, and I don't want to have to pay a fortune for my shampoo, so that's why I love pears. It's great for the whole family. Yes, the name. Well, she's Monica, I'm Monica. Oh, but that's where it ends. We are nothing alike. Although if you run out of washing powder, pears is bloody great for getting stains out. Uncanny.
Bert, It's been a very emotional night, but
It certainly has.
before we wrap up, do you recognise this voice?
Oh my God, it's Belvedere! Belvedere, come here, boy! Come here!
That's right, good, it's Belvedere. Indeed, all your very special friends from GMA.
Oh, everyone, honestly.
Bert Newton, this is your life.
Thank you, Mike.
What about this? Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites
To dust, yeah, right. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites to dust, ooh, and another one's gone, and another one's gone, another one bites to dust, yeah.